Mitch, right. Hello, folks. Today we are going to do Maqam Rust, a specific version of Maqam Rust because there are a few versions of it. This one is called Maqam Kirdan, and I'll put these names in the chat. Maqam Rust, Maqam Kirdan. So, as I like to emphasize with all of the classes, Maqam is a physical skill. It involves muscle coordination, and it involves memory. I want to emphasize that memory is a physical process. We just think of memory abstractly because we have access to it, but memory is costly. It requires brain space, requires time and effort to create. Something is physically changing in our brain when we create memory. And that is relevant to the structure of the things that we remember. I'm not going to get deeply into that here, but I want you to keep that in mind, that when we're learning something new, we're writing something into our brains, we're involving a physical process. And so let's take a moment and get into our bodies. Take some deep breaths with me. Let go of anything that has been bothering you. Let go of anything that is distracting you outside of what's happening here. Let your mind wander through your body. What do your knees feel like? What do your elbows feel like? What does the breath feel like going into your rib cage? Can you feel yourself heavy, either sitting down or standing? But can you feel your weight descending into the ground? Can you feel your connection into the earth? With those feelings, I'm just going to play again for a minute, and I want you to just see how it feels, and I'll ask you after that. Does anyone want to give me any adjectives? How does that make you feel, what I was just playing? Peaceful, Michi wrote. Anyone else? Light. Playful, I like that. Yeah. So let's take a moment again, get back into your bodies. And if you can stand up, please do so. Even if not, just wiggle yourself around. Make yourself feel a little loose. Shake your body, shake your head. Shake your arms, your hands. Wiggle your legs if you're on the floor. You can shake your knees. Start making sounds. Make yawns. Yawns are great for the voice. And let's make laughter. And feel your stomach. Feel your stomach jiggle when you laugh. Right? Feel the sound coming from there. And let's make sound, let's make pitch from the same impulse. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Try to go from laughter into pitch. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Great. So now, with the same feeling, let's repeat some phrases. As always, I'm going to sing melodies to you twice. I want you to listen the first time and repeat, sing along with me the second time. Listen and then repeat. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha. Ya lil, 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 ya Ya lil, ya lil, ya lil, ya lil, ya lil, Now in this sequence of melodies, you'll notice that I started at the octave and I came down and we ended at the bottom. So instead of starting at the bottom, I'm starting at the top and descending. I'm going to do something similar again, and I want you to just notice where are you hearing changes? Something changing in the melody. Some notes changing, some mood changing. We'll do it one more time without me talking about it. I just want you to sort of experience this flow, and then we'll talk about it again after that. Ya lil, ya lil, ya lil, ya lil, ya lil, ya lil, ya lil. Ya lil, 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 Great job. All right, so now I'm going to go through it and we'll break down some of the parts. So as I said, we're starting at the octave. Can you sing for me the tonic that we're on? Can anyone unmute and sing what you feel like is the tonic? Great, right. So this is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 8. So we're starting at the octave. Ya lil, ya lil. And these are the notes right under the octave. 8, 7, 6, 7, 8. 8, 7, 6, 7, 8. Ya lil, ya lil, ya lil, ya lil. And this part of the scale, just a few notes above the tonic, ya lil, ya lil, has a particular mood and character. This part of the scale we will call Jints Rust. I'm going to write this down here. Jints Rust. And for those of you who've been in class, I know this is a repetition, but the Jints is the part of the scale, 4 or 5 notes, and the usage of this term comes from ancient Greek, genus, genus equals Jints. The medieval Arabs, 8th, 9th century, Arabized the word genus to be Jints, to refer to a type or kind of something. So The idea is that this is a type or kind of scale fragment. Ya lil, ya lil. And there are, as I've said before, 3 different ways of looking at what is the jins. One is simply what are the notes. So we could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Those are the notes of jins rust. But those are not enough to give it its character. Much more so are the melodies that we're using. And I'm insistent on calling this melodic vocabulary because these melodic fragments that we're singing are part of the memory of practitioners of the music. So when we sing, Ya lil, Ya lil, that is a melody, that little melody I've done tens of thousands of times in the course of larger melodies. So if I want to do a larger melody, I might do Ya lil, Ya lil, Ya lil, Ya lil. All of those were little melody fragments that I've used before, but I combined them to make a new sentence that I hadn't sung before. I ended with Ya lil. That's another nice melodic vocabulary for rust. Let's sing this one again. Ya lil, 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 Ya lil. So the bulk of what we're doing is this repetition of melodic vocabulary, but also each one of these ajnas, and I'm going to write that again, ajnas. Ajnas is the plural of jins. Each one of these ajnas has a particular mood or character, which we notice when we change from one to the other. So here we are using rust. Ya lil, Ya lil, Ya lil, Ya lil. And now I'm going to change. Ya lil, 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 Ya lil. Can anyone who was in one of the previous classes tell me what you think this jins is that we're doing now?
It's Nahawand.
Very good. It's Nahawand. Okay? So this is, great job. So this is jins Nahawand. Ya lil, Ya lil. And the Nahawand is sitting on what tonic? Five. Very good. 5, 8, 7, 6, 5. 8, 7, 6, 5. So we had rust on 1 and 8. And then Nahawand coming down from the 8 to the 5. 8, 7, 6, 5. Nahawand, 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 Nahawand. Rust, rust. So what changes when I go back to rust? What scale degree is changing? 7. 5, 6, 7, 8. So Mitchie, you're right that the difference between Rust and Nahawand is between their third scale degrees. But in the position in the scale where they're sitting on 5, 5, 6, 7 versus 5, 6, 7, it is that the 7th scale degree relative to Rust. So Mitchie, you were right too. 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, Nahawand, Nahawand. 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, Rust, Rust, Nahawand, Nahawand, Rust, Rust. So now we're going to get into yet another one of these ejnas. Here we are in Nahawand. Keep repeating, keep singing with me. Ya lil, 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 ya lil. What jints is this now?
Jins Hijaz.
Very good. Jins Hijaz. So let me write down these in the chat. We had Jins Nahawand on 5. Jins Hijaz on 5. Also on 5. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 7, 6, 5. 8, 7, 6, 5. Ya lil, 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 ya lil. What mood does this Hijaz give you now? Happy? Fiery? Yeah, Lily. Someone said something?
Mysterious.
Mysterious. Right? So there's a change. You feel that there's a change. Here we were in Nahawand. Ya lil, ya lil. And then to Hijaz, Hijaz, Nahawand, Rust. Hijaz, 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 Nahawand, Nahawand, Hijaz, Hijaz, Rust, 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 Rust. So we got back to the Rust at the bottom on the 1, 5. We were starting on the octave and then we did two things to change, the Nahawand and the Hijaz on the 5, and then we made it all the way down to the Rust at the bottom. So I'm going to now sing through again. So all the way in class, we've done this kind of sequence, starting at the octave, using the Rust above and below the octave, the Nahawand, the Hijaz, and coming down. We've done it already a few times. I'm going to do it one more time without talking much about it, and then we'll listen to some songs. But notice when you feel those mood changes. The other thing to notice, and I just illustrated it, is I'm not always going in the same sequence, Rust, Nahawand, Hijaz, Rust. Sometimes I'm going back and forth between the Nahawand and the Hijaz. And I'll do some different orders this time. But the same basic direction, we use this word sayr, let me write that. Sayr, the same pathway or direction is taking us down. Ya Lil, 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 All right, so let's listen to a song that illustrates this basic idea. I'm going to share sound. Can you all hear that? Someone give me a thumbs up. Yep. Someone sing the tonic. Basically same, yeah, close to where we were before. So that was the chorus melody, and some of you may have caught that it went through all the same changes. So the chorus is now going to repeat after Layla Murad. So 8, 7, 6, 7, 8. It's starting at the octave with the rust between 5 and 8. 8, 7, 6, 7, 8. I call this upper rust because it behaves a little differently than rust. This is a little nuance that we don't really have to dwell on. But anyway, we're starting with rust. 8, 7, 6, 7, 8. So we have rust above the octave. 10, 9, 8. خليتي قلبي راح يدوب. Rust, rust, rust. Nahawand. 8, 7. You see how the flat 7 goes? Hayran ale 7, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5. Repeat that with me. 7, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5. And there's the Hijaz. Hayran 6, 5, 7, 6, 5. 6, natural 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, returning us to rust. So, the Hijaz and the Nahawand, very brief, right? Rust, 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 Nahawand, Hijaz, rust, 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 rust. So just little bits of snippets of this Nahawand and Hijaz to give us like a contrast, a taste, a flavor as we're going down. Let's listen to one of the verses to see what happens differently. So she did 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The top was Nahawand. 8, 7, 6, 5. Nahawand rust. Hijaz. 8, 7, 6, 5. You notice how these changes happen so quickly. And then rust. So she did Nahawand rust. Hijaz rust. Again, in the space of just 4 quick phrases, she's doing these different ajnas. Again, she's repeating Nahawand rust. Hijaz. Staying in Hijaz. More Hijaz. Now she's spending time in the Hijaz. This is the 5. Everyone sing 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5. Make sure when I'm singing these numbers that you sing along so that you're really, again, I want you to physicalize everything, not just intellectualize it. 5 Hijaz, 5 Hijaz. Still Hijaz. Still Hijaz. So back to rust. 9, 8, 7. 7 is lowered a little bit. Sing that. 9, 8, 7. And then sing this. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. 98765. This is the rust on the top part of the scale. Nahawand. We got the flat 7. 98765. Hijaz. Rust. And the chorus now. Actually, she skipped the chorus. She's going to do another verse on this recording. I don't know why. Anyway, so the point here is in the chorus, we passed very quickly through the Hijaz and the Nahawand. But in the verse, we spent a lot of time, although we started with Nahawand going down. Nahawand rust, Hijaz. And then Nahawand rust, Hijaz on 5. Then we really developed the melody with a lot of Hijaz on 5 before coming back to the rust, the Nahawand, and coming back down. So we got through these ajnas in different ways. And they had different, like at one time they're just passing and another time more prominent. I want to give another example of the same basic pathway. Sing for me the tonic. Great. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 will be our rust tonic. One.
قصة الحافظ للإنتاج والتوزيع الفني.
So we start on the octave 8, 5, 6, 7, 8 with the rust top part of the octave. So again, sing with me when I sing the numbers. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. So the melody starts there. 98765. 98765. So this is again the upper rust. Nahawand 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6. Flat 6 gives us the Hijaz. Hijaz 7, 6, 5. 7, 6, 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have rust, upper rust. So again, let's listen to that melody again. Nahawand Hijaz 5. Nahawand Hijaz 5. So my point in these songs, and I could play many more. Let me share the playlist. So this playlist, I'm putting in the chat. This playlist has maybe 80 songs in various various versions of Rust, but you should expect to hear these particular ajnas over and over again in those songs. And I want to emphasize for a moment here that when you hear them over and over again, you start to expect them. And when you start to expect them, and that's because they're in your memory, then musicians and improvisers can play with your memory, which is essentially what's happening when musicians are playing for you in a style that you know. When you have familiarity with a particular kind of music, when musicians and audience are in a shared cultural tradition, they're relying on shared memory, and the musicians will do something to either go with what they remember or give them a surprise. I'll ask you guys a question. So if I'm doing something musical and I do something that you expect all the time and I just repeat it over and over again, how are you going to feel about it? Anyone?
Bored, I guess.
Yawn. Yeah, right? You're going to be a little bit bored. And if I do something new and surprising every 3 seconds, how are you going to feel? Jarred. Right? I would be confused. I'd be like, what's going on? I don't understand this music. Right? So we see this in a lot of different forms of art. In fact, it's a common feature of communication. There's a balance between what is new and what is surprising. And that balance is crucial to why and how we compose or improvise in the way we do. We're relying on some familiarity in order to make the audience feel comfortable, and then we're giving them a surprise so they don't get bored. Showing something new, some new information. And then we're returning to the comfortable. And this is how a lot of aesthetics work, not just in music, not just in Arabic music, but it is certainly true in Arabic music, that we're playing with we call tension and resolution. Well, how do you know what resolution is except from memory? Except from the experience of resolving in a certain place. There's nothing mathematical that says that this note has to be the tonic. It's the repetition of melodies that land on a certain note that make us feel that that note is the place to resolve the melodies. So this play of tension and resolution is because of memory and expectations, and therefore, for those of you who want to go deeper into Arabic music, the key is to do lots and lots of listening. So the first step would be to listen to this playlist that I send you. Get familiar so that you have the things that I'm describing for you and I'm breaking down for you. Oh, this is Hijaz, this is Nahwan, this is Rust. You want those to live in your own mind, not necessarily as intellectual things where you don't have to be able to say them to have the effect. A lot of listeners in the tradition and musicians even may not be able to articulate these things, but they're as much a part of their vocabulary as the words that, just because you don't go to grammar school doesn't mean that you don't know how to speak the language you're speaking, right? They're absorbed through a long process. I think of music learning very much like language learning, and very much the way that children learn language. Being able to say what it means is not important. All that's important is that the brain starts to absorb the melodies through repetition, copying, imitation, and that is what builds this knowledge of what is maqam. So let's go back to some singing again. And again, we'll hear these same patterns. Nothing new, but it is the repetition of them that is going to give you the sense of this maqam. So once again, notice your body, notice your breath. Ya Lil, 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 I'm spending more time on Hijaz now, although I used a little bit of Nahawand. I'm really emphasizing this 5, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ya Lil, Ya Lil. Now you might have noticed that I've been doing this before, that I use Nahawand on the octave. 8, 9, 10, 9, 8. There's a relationship between Nahawand and Hijaz. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So instead of using the rust on the octave, I...
你可以坐嗰度先。我自己攞，我自己攞。冇嘢，我自己攞。
Ya Lil, Ya Lil, Ya Lil, Ya Lil. Nahawand, Nahawand. 8, 7, 6, 5, 8, 7, 6, 5. Hijaz, Hijaz. Nahawand, Nahawand. 5. So there was actually 2 Nahawands we've been using. One on the octave, only in connection with the Hijaz, and the other one on the 5. Ya Lil, Ya Lil, Ya Lil, Ya Lil, Ya Lil. Now, when I get to this note, sing this with me. I'm assuming that by this point in the lesson, you already are expecting Hijaz. The moment that I get to this note. Here we were. Nahawand, Ya Lil. Just one note is enough for the Hijaz. Why? Again, because of everything that I said before. Right? When you have an expectation that Hijaz is going to come, because we've done it over and over again, all I need is one note. And in fact, I don't have to do the whole Hijaz for you to know that Hijaz was there momentarily. If I do a phrase like this. Ya li li ya li li ya li. I just used that flat 6. And we had Hijaz there, even if I didn't use the whole jins of Hijaz. Okay? This is again something to recognize in the way that our memory interacts with these ajnas. If you're used to them, and you're used to them occurring in a particular maqam, then a musician can just give you the hint, and that's enough. It's like a flavor you recognize. If there's just a hint of that flavor that you like in your food, you're like, they put cinnamon in. I love it. You know, it doesn't have to be overpowering for it to be present. Ya lil, ya lil, ya lil, ya lil, ya lil, ya lil. You hear the Hijaz? Ya lili, ya lili, ya lil, ya lil, ya lil. Ya lil, ya lil, ya lil, ya lil, ya lil, ya lil. Ya lil, ya lil. I want to take some questions for a couple minutes. First of all, I just want to say Baksana Ensemble is so cool that you have like a whole room of people there. Cheers to you all. Thanks for showing me yourselves on camera. That's so cool. Do we have questions?
I have a question, Sami.
Go ahead.
You tune your violin in fifths?
No, I don't. So, for those of you who are violin, no, I'll show you. So, I tune G, D, G, C. So I have a fifth and 2/4. Most Arab violin players tune G, D, G, D. So the A and E strings are tuned down a step to G and D. But this tuning that I use it's a rarer Arabic tuning. A few early 20th century violin players used it, but I like it for various reasons.
Thank you.
Yeah.
GDG.
C.
GDGC is my tuning, but if you want to play Arabic violin, you should tune GDGD because that's what most people are going to be doing. I think I might be the only player in the United States who does GDGC.
Shukran.
Other questions?
Hi, I got a question.
Yeah.
Will this be available, the songs that you were doing, will this be available on the virtual Lark site or the notes and stuff? Like, do you have a separate link or something on Google?
I put the link in the chat. Did you see it?
No, I didn't. I joined late. Sorry.
Oh, you joined late. Let me reshare it. I can have them share on Lark, but here's the link again. This is the link of songs that we've been doing. Oh, and Mitchie said she's been copying the links to the YouTube on the instructor bulletin board too. So they're there. But the thing that I'll tell you.
Shukran.
Sure. So I'm going to share one more link with you guys, which is, let me see. Let me go to my channel. So I have 43 Maqam class videos already up on my channel. And I have a class for each jins and a class for many maqamat, and they're very similar to what we do here, where I sing a phrase and copy, and then you copy and repeat. I'm going to share one of those videos in this class that goes over some of the same things in Maqam Rast. I'm going to put this link there. You can watch that video, and you'll find on my channel, if you want to go deeper into the maqamat, that you can, again, watch these videos because they're set up similarly to what we do. I sing phrases twice, you answer them, I explain how they sit within the maqam. Thank you, Cam. Cam has been watching my videos. And that it's one way in, but also on my channel. If you go to the channel with, you'll go to the channel from my videos, you will then also see that I have a bunch of playlists of songs by Maqam. So I shared yesterday a playlist for Maqam Nahawand, a playlist for Maqam Hijaz, or Bayati, I think we did yesterday. But all of these playlists exist on my channel. So if you go to my channel on YouTube and you look under playlists, you'll find I have public playlists with a bunch of songs in different maqamat. And that, to me, is the best way to keep learning, other than find people in your area to play music with. That's learn by doing as much as you can. Learn repertory, learn songs. Have another minute for questions if anyone else has anything.
So I got a question. By Maqam and stuff, does that mean like by rhythms as well?
No, Maqam is not about rhythm. So there's a different rhythmic system in Arabic music. Maqam specifically refers to the melodic modes, the scales and the melodies. Now, there is a rhythm to the melodies, as you've heard, as those of you who were in the class heard, there's a rhythm, a melodic rhythm of the melodies, but it's not about the beat. The maqam is not about the beat. And it's a different element of music.
Thanks.
Sure. All right, well, I think I better go. Thank you all for being in class. It was great to have many of you, especially those who came all the 3 days. Thank you so much. And support Lark. I think there's a link there. Lark Camp needs your support as well, so please do donate if you have some extra time. We gave a free class, so if you can afford it,